Hey guys, it's Shalise from Living Color Duct Tape, and today I am here with a tutorial. We are going to be making Pokeballs out of loom bands. This is what my Pokeball looks like. They do come in different colors. There's another one. And the one we're going to be working on today is going to be pink and purple, but it's going to be black in the center instead of the gray. So, what you're going to need are white loom bands, you're going to need some pink loom bands, purple loom bands, and a stitch marker, which I have now lost. You can use anything for your stitch marker. You can use a C-clip, an S-clip, or actual stitch markers, which I just had here, and now it is gone. Oh, here it is. Mine looks like this. And I got these at Joann, so they're really cheap. They come with a bag with like 15 of them or something like that. So anyway, now this is going to be a tutorial for people who already know how to crochet with loom bands. If you don't know, you can go to Isalicious Designs, and I will put her link in the description bar. She has wonderful tutorials for beginners, intermediate, and advanced. But she has a beginning video that shows you what stitches mean and how to read the pattern and how to make the stitches and all of that. So if you don't know, definitely check out her video before attempting this. Now this is a fairly easy tutorial. I was going to try to record this on my phone, but it's not focusing right, so it's going to be a long video, unfortunately, because I can't, my camera doesn't allow me to pause and then come back in the same file. So it's a pain. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started, and yeah, I think we have it all. Oh, you're going to need black bands too. So we're going to start with the button of the Pokeball, and I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit. Nope, that's out. Now to begin, we're going to be making what's called a magic ring. Let me see if this light, if that gets away some shadow. Not really. Yeah, actually you can see it. Okay. You're going to make a magic ring. To do that, you're going to put the band on your hook and wrap it once and twice. So you have 3 loops on your hook. You're then going to take another band and pull it through all 3 of those loops, reclaim it, and pull it through. Go back into the 3 loops. Now Kate from Isalicious Designs also has a tutorial on how to make these magic rings on the loom itself, which may be easier for some people. Because you can see better what you're doing. I think this is easier for me, but everyone's different, so check that out as well. Now this magic ring is going to have 6 stitches in it, 6 single crochet stitches. We'll say that 5 times fast. So that was our first one. We're going to take a second band, pull it through the 3 loops, and reclaim. Now you're going to have 3 bands on your hook. You're going to pull this loop through the other 2 bands, okay? And you're basically just going to do that 6 times. So that's our second stitch. Put it back through, pull through, reclaim, pull through. That's 3, 4, 5, and 6. So you now have 6 single, I'm sorry, my camera's backwards, 6 single crochets in this magic ring. You're then going to take your hook and put it through the first stitch, which is here. You're going to grab a band, pull it through the stitch, and then pull it through the last band that was on your hook. You then reclaim and make a slip knot, and you want to pull it fairly tight, okay? So this is the first part of your button. You now want to grab some black bands, and I have mine right here. And we're going to do another magic ring. Oh, I have all kinds of bands in there. Another magic ring, but we are going to build on it because it needs to be bigger than the original white one. So again, we're going to do a magic circle. I'm just going to go through this. You're going to do 6 stitches. And 6. You are then going to, like we did with the white button, you're going to go through your first stitch. Pull a band through, but don't pull it through the other loop that's on your hook. Reclaim the band and pull it through, and that makes a stitch. Now we're going to do increases in each of these stitches. So there are 6 stitches on your magic ring. We're going to do increases, which means you're going to do 2 single crochets in each loop, which will make 12 stitches. So that was our first one. And you can just count. You really don't need a marker for this, but if you want to put one on there because you might lose your count, just go ahead and slip it through like that. So we are doing our second stitch in the same loop and pull through. We're now going to move to the second stitch in the circle and do 2 single crochets. And whenever possible, third, you want to use rainbow loom bands because these black bands are mixed with some off-brand, and they really suck. They pull on the hook, and it's just not a clean crochet or a clean feeling when you're crocheting. So that's my opinion. All right, this is the 5th. And 6th. You're doing 2 crochets in that one. Alright, so now that we have this done, you are going to pull your stitch marker out. You're going to put your hook through the first stitch where the stitch marker was. You are going to pull this through all of the bands and make a slip knot. Help. Alright, so now that you have your large circle and your smaller circle, you're going to pull this loop that's sticking out through to the bottom of the black circle. You're then going to go ahead and turn it around, put your hook through the black circle and the white circle, find a hole in the black, and then put your hook through the edge of the direct opposite side of the white. You're going to take a black band, pull it through all of those loops like that. You're then going to put your hook back through another hole in the black, reclaim the band that you had up here, bring that through, and then slip knot it like that. So your white and your black are now connected. So we're going to put that to the side. So, like I said, we're going to do a pink and purple Pokeball, or Pokeball, however you want to pronounce it. So I'm going to start with pink. Again, you're going to make a magic circle. And this is going to be 6 as well. You're going to go ahead and pull it through. I'm sorry for that hesitation. I was trying to remember if it was actually 6 or was it 5. You know, we're going to go with 5. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We are then going to double crochet in each of the stitches to make 10. So 1. Once you do your first stitch, you can go ahead and put your stitch marker down. 2. Next stitch, 1. 2, which makes 4. Next stitch, 1, 2, that's 6. Next stitch, 1, 2, that's 8, and the last, which will make 10. Alright, so you have your 10 here. You're going to go ahead and put your hook through the first stitch here. And what you're going to do is 1 single crochet, move your stitch marker to that loop. In the second stitch, you're going to do an increase, so a double single crochet. Okay, the next stitch you're going to do 1 single crochet and then an increase. So you're going to do single crochet and increase all the way around your circle. And just make sure your hook doesn't fall out, because sometimes it likes to pop up like that. Let's see, so that was a double, so then we have a single, increase, single, and your last increase for this round. Right, like that. So we're going to once again put our hook through the first stitch, do 1 single crochet, move the stitch marker over. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the back so it gets out of my way. Alright, so your stitch marker is attached. You're going to do 1 more single crochet in the next stitch. So that's 2 single crochets and then an increase. So 2 in your third stitch. 1 in your fourth stitch. 1 in your fifth stitch. 2 in your sixth stitch. So that is the pattern for this round. 2 single crochets, and then an increase. So 1, 1, increase. 1, 1, increase. 1, and your last stitch is an increase. All right, so some of you out there are probably already getting the pattern. We started with 1 single crochet and increase, 1 single crochet, increase. The next round we did 2 increase, 2 increase. So this one naturally is going to be 3 increase. So that's our first stitch. Put the stitch marker in it. Second, third, and increase. One, 2, 3, increase. 2, 3, increase. And I'm just making sure I increased in the previous one. Yes, I did. Okay. 1, 2, 3, increase. And I am so sorry that my hands are so in the way. This is my first crocheting video. Actually, it's my first rainbow loom tutorial. And I just need to work on the camera angle or learn how to crochet without my fingers being so much in the way. But thanks for hanging in there with me. And the last one is an increase. Hopefully you guys can see enough to know what I'm doing. Alright, so then we're going to move on to a row of 4 single crochets and an increase. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, ow, increase. 4, increase. 1, 2, 3, 4, increase. 1, this should be our last set of 4 with an increase at the end. And an increase. All right, so we have one more increasing round, which will be 5 single stitches and an increase. So that's 1. Move the stitch marker. Come on, there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, increase, so if you guys know what these Pokeball powers are for the different colors, let me know, because I would like to put that on my packaging for my shows and events that I do. I guess I could Google it, but it's more fun if you all tell me to see if you guys know as well. 5. Okay, before I do an increase, I want to make sure that I'm at the right one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Increase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And so now increase. Increase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, increase, and this is going to be our last set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and increase. All right, so we are all done with this. Nope, we're not. The last round we're going to do with the pink is going to be a single crochet in each stitch. So you're going to go ahead and start with the first one, move your stitch marker. This one's really important because with the increasing or decreasing rows, you can kind of count to see where you have begun if you lose your stitch marker. This time, not really. So you just want to go ahead and put your stitch marker there, whatever you're using, and do a single crochet all the way around. I was so excited to get to the black that I almost missed an entire step, which I guess wouldn't have been so bad. It just would have looked a little awkward in shape if I would have forgotten this step. And see, this is a time where I wish I could pause the video and come back to you when this section is all done. But my camera is archaic and doesn't allow me to do that. My phone, however, does, but it doesn't want to focus on my hands. I think I just need to get it higher up somehow, but not quite able to. Oh my goodness, I think I'm a genius. I think I figured out a way to do it. But I don't know where my other tripod is. So anyway, I'll try something different with my next video. And this one will just be super long, and you'll hear me mutter about tons of things that really don't even matter to this video. Because that's what I do. Alright, we're a little over halfway. And I don't crochet on my desk normally, so my arms are getting tired. I normally sit on the couch and pop in some movies and just make all my Loomigurumi things. But since I'm doing a tutorial, I needed a camera. So ta-da, I'm here. Okay, we are nearing the end here. And one more. All right, so now we are done with this lovely pink color. And we're going to move on to black. And for some reason, I have a lot of different colors mixed in with my black, so excuse the tie-dye here and there, or the blue that magically wants to pop in. Alright, that should be enough. So what we're going to do with the black is we're going to do 2 rounds of single crochets. To change your color, you don't want to just go ahead and do a single crochet, you want to do a slip stitch. So you're going to put your hook through that first stitch, grab your band, pull it through the stitch, the loop that's on your hook, reclaim it, and then pull it through. So it's kind of like a slip knot. That's why it's called a slip stitch. Go ahead and move your stitch marker, and then proceed in single crocheting all the way around 2 layers or 2 rounds. Oh, and again, use rainbow loom bands whenever possible. I was buying these, some other bands from a lady that sells on Facebook, and her bands were great for looming, but horrible for crocheting with. They don't have the same slip as Rainbow Loom does, and so it snags on the hook, and it gets quite frustrating. So once these black bands are gone, I have a couple of refill bands or bags of Rainbow Loom bands that I ordered, and I will go ahead and swap, or once I get rid of these that are mixed, I'll just use the Rainbow Loom only. Most of the colors, most of the other colors have been phased out and are now being replaced with Rainbow Loom bands because I do so much of this Loomigurumi that I need some bands that are going to work with me and not work against me. Now Kate on Isalicious Designs did find a brand, and you have to look through her videos. I don't know or remember the name of the brand, but she said that it does crochet quite nicely. I think those are her exact words, actually. And they work for her. I wouldn't mind giving them a try, but I don't know, I'm kind of partial at this point. Okay, we are almost done with this round. And if you guys have heard of the Tarantula Glow bands from Rainbow Loom, I'd be interested in hearing what you guys have made from those, because the only thing I can think of right now would be like an outfit for a doll or something like that. They're really cool looking bands, and I don't have them in this box that's in my office today, but I bought a pack just because they look so cool, but I don't know what to make with them. So give me your ideas or things that you have made with them. Let's see what I can come up with. Alright, so we are done with that round. We are going to just do a regular single crochet in the first stitch. Move your stitch marker and continue if that wants to work with me. Alright. Oh my goodness, I just realized I didn't bring my stuffing in here, so when we are getting close to done with this beauty, I will need to run out to the living room quickly and grab my stuffing. Just so you know, if you are fast forwarding through and you look up and I am nowhere to be found, that's where I am. This is looking quite big. I wonder if I should have done 4 stitches. I don't remember. I had the pattern written down and then I did like 20 of these last week, so I thought I had the pattern memorized in my head. I could be wrong. We'll just put it up against another one later on when we're done and see if it is much bigger. Actually, let me go ahead and look. Yeah, this is going to be way bigger than this one. And now that I'm looking at this one, let's see, where's the hole? Where is the hole? There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there are 4 stitches. 2, 3. Yeah, it looks like I should have started with 4 stitches. But oh well. I'll have a bigger one for someone. They might want a bigger one and not a small one. That's okay with me. So if you do decide to do a smaller one, you would just start with a magic ring with 4 stitches. You would then do your double crochet, or I'm sorry, your increase with the double single crochets in each loop to make 8. And then you would continue from there. You would still go up to 5 plus an increase. If you want to make a bigger one, you can start with, say, 8, and then instead of starting at or stopping at 5 and an increase, you go up to 6 or 7. So the magic ring, or sorry, the magic circle is what, or magic ring, whatever you want to call it, is what determines the finished size. So you can play around with it and come up with, you know, many different sizes. I made a huge one to begin when I first made one, and took it to a craft show, and it was the first thing that sold, and it was quite pricey because it took me quite a long time to make it. So that was exciting. All right, and I think we have 1 or 2 more. Yep, 1. right, so we are now done with the black mid area. We're going to go ahead and switch to purple. Try to move these bands out of the way without getting them mixed up. And this is actually a brand new bag of purple that I got. They look blue in the camera for some reason. I wonder if it'll come out the right color. Anyway, this is actually purple. Yeah, a new bag of purple. I've never had Rainbow Looms purple, so I was excited to see how pretty these actually turned out. So we are changing colors again. So you're going to put your hook through the first stitch, pull through the loop that is on your hook, reclaim, and slip it. Go ahead and move that. Then you're going to do one layer of single crochet stitches before we begin to decrease. So yeah, as I said, these purple bands are very, very pretty. They're a really, really blue-based purple, which I love. The red-based purples kind of rubbed me the wrong way for some reason. I don't know why, but I was very happy that these had such a blue base to them. I also love the Rainbow Loom glow-in-the-dark purple. Oh my goodness. I use that for quite a bit of projects. I love it. That is so weird that it's coming out so blue in my camera. Let me just turn this light on, see if it changes it. There we go. That's the purple color. Yeah, it's going to cause a big shadow though. So anyway, that's what color they are. Now it looks super dark, but whatever. Uh-oh. Make sure you go through both loops of the stitch and not just one. There are times where you will go through just one or whatever, but those are different situations, and normally they're indicated in the pattern. It would make the object blend more together. Like for instance, if you're making a doll and the head and the body, you want them to blend seamlessly, then you might loop in the front loops only. Or if you want it to look like something's protruding, you would hoop in the back loops only, and yada yada yada. So, but like I said, those are normally indicated in a pattern when you look at it. I personally don't like to loop in one or the other because it doesn't seem as sturdy to me with the bands, at least when you're crocheting with the yarn. Yeah, absolutely. But the bands, it seems to just feel like it's not going to be very secure. So sometimes I just skip that and do regular crochets. Alright, and this is our last stitch for the single crochet. We are now going to start decreasing. So I'm going to start with a single crochet in the first loop. You're going to move your stitch marker. We're going to do 5 single crochets. So that was 1, 2, 5. And then we're going to do a decrease. To decrease, you're going to put your hook through the stitch like you normally would. You then bring it around and put your hook through the next stitch. So you have 2 stitches on your hook. You're going to take a single rubber band, pull through both stitches, reclaim, and finish off like a single crochet. Okay? So then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then decrease. Loop and loop. Bring it through and stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, decrease. All right, so as we did in the beginning, we started from 1 stitch increase, 2 stitch increase. We're going to go backwards. So this was just 5 stitch decrease. Now we're going to do 4. So that's 1, move your marker, 2, 3, 4, decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4, decrease. And you're just going to go ahead and follow, this down. The next one will be 3, and the next one will be 2, and then it'll be 1, and then it'll just be decreases. It's 1, 2. So if you want to go ahead and fast forward, you can. Just 3. Go ahead and start the video again when we get done with the round that'll have 2 stitches and a decrease, because at that point we need to stuff and start to close. Decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4, decrease, 1, 2, 3, 4, decrease. All right, so now we are moving to 3. Yes, so 1, move your stitch marker. I'm hoping my camera does not run out of memory. It says I have 27 minutes left. That should be fine. So 1, 2, 3, decrease, 1, 2, 3, decrease, 1, 2, 3, decrease, 1, 2, 3, decrease, 2, 3, decrease. And now we're doing the last one before we stuff, so it's 2. Alright, so 1, 2, decrease, 2, decrease, 1, 2, decrease, 1, 2. Sorry, I have the hiccups now. Decrease, 'This is the last set here. 1, 2, decrease. We are almost done, guys. Alright, so what you want to do is take your stitch marker from the first stitch and move it onto the stitch that your hook is on. Oh, I'm sorry. And then remove your hook. This is going to make it easier to stuff. Like I said, I have to go run and get my stuffing. Ow. Just a moment. All right, and this is stuffing that I use. Oh wow, you can't see anything. Crafters. Anyways, Crafter's Choice. It has like dolls and stuff on the front. I get this from Joann's. It's for this big 20-ounce bag. It was like $5, maybe $5.99, and then you use a coupon on top of that because I'm the coupon queen. And so it's the cheapest polyfill I've found, like anywhere. So go ahead and check it out. It's pretty cool too. It doesn't fly away, I guess, as much as some polyfill does. It's not as fluffy, so you don't get a lot of the straggly fibers. So anyway, I like it, and it's cheap. So you're just gonna stuff this sucker. This actually might be the right size. I'm just saying. You want to stuff, see how right here it looks a little wobbly? You want to get on the inside and just stuff that out so it's all nice and round. Because if you don't make it round, it ain't gonna be round. And yes, I said ain't on purpose. Please don't comment about it. I know it's not proper English, even though it was added to the dictionary. Why? I don't know. It's not a proper conjunction, but whatever. Alright, so we have it pretty stuffed now. And we're probably going to stuff a little bit more before we fully close it up. Because see that hole right there? I want to get that stuffed. But I also don't want to... You know, this might be the actual right size. Let's see. Yeah, it's just a tad bit bigger. It might be the right size. Anywho, I think it's only a tad bit bigger. So yeah, it's probably, we should have started with 4. Alright, so now that we have that pretty much stuffed, I only stuff it, I stuff it like 95% full because you still have to crochet some and it, you know, fibers get in your hook and everything, and I don't like that, so. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do 1 stitch and an increase. So we have 1 stitch and a decrease. Put your stitch marker in and decrease. It's going to get a little tight in here. Decrease. One. And do you see me squeezing it and everything? I'm continuously shaping it as I go. It just, I don't know, maybe it just feels like it helps, but to me it does help. And then a decrease. Maybe it doesn't help at all. As long as I feel I'm helping it, I'm going to continue to do it. And then 1. Decrease. Oh, I got a fiber. That's probably why I'm actually shaping it, because I'm trying to push that down. So decrease. Come on. 1. And decrease. actually, it looks like I don't need to fill that hole after all, because the fibers are filling it out by itself. So we're good on that. You can if you want it to be a little bigger, but I'm liking the way it is now. So then we're just going to do decreases. So take out your stitch marker. And let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 stitches. So we do want to do 5 decreases. So you don't need your stitch marker for this. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alright, and then you just want to go into the next stitch and do a slip knot. So put the band on, bring it through all the loops. Uh-oh, and don't lose it like that. And slip knot it. And then put see how the tail is going this way? Put your hook right through there. Try to avoid as many fibers as possible. And bring that through. There we go. What's a good thing about if you're using a regular crochet hook, not necessarily the metal hook from Rainbow Loom, is if you see any fibers that are sticking out, just push this through the little holes. It's the perfect size. The size I use is a 3.75. They have bigger and smaller, but this size works perfectly for just kind of pushing those little fibers back in without pulling. Alright, so I have a couple of minutes left here. We are going to attach a little button. So the first thing you want to do is hide this black loop. So you can basically just put your hook through here and bring that loop into the middle. Through like that. I don't even know if you saw that because it's all black, but that's what you're going to do. Basically just hide the loop. You're going to put your button on where you want it, and we're going to start with the black. Move these out of the way. You're going to find a hole that corresponds with a loop from the button. Put it through the loop and the hole. Take a band, a black band, pull it through and slip knot it. And you're probably like, Shalise, it's going to show. Yeah, we're going to fix that in a minute. You're going to do that to the other side. Find a hole and a loop. Like that. A black band, pull it through and slip knot like that. You're then going to take purple find a hole and a loop where you like it. Pull it through, slip knot it, and yeah, I'm going to need a pink. Find a hole and a loop. Pink, and slip knot it. Alright, so then what you're going to do once you get that all kind of hammered away is pull your bands through to hide. And try to avoid, again, the fiber fill. Now, if you want to put these on ahead of time, you can. I find it easier to do it this way, honestly. Yeah, sometimes you have to fight with the fiber fill. But for the most part, it's not too bad, especially if you're using the same fill as I am. That one. Have that one. And the last one. Fluff it up. And there you have your Loomigurumi Pokeball. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope it wasn't too weird to follow. I'm going to be working at it. I'm going to see what works and what doesn't, and hopefully I will come soon with a lot more tutorials. Until then, stay creative.